In partnership with cleveland.com, this is Capital Letter. President Trump won Ohio by 8 points in 2016, and our state was largely considered a lock for the GOP just a couple of months ago. But now new polling and new ad spending by the Trump campaign suggest Ohio is once again a battleground that the president could lose in November. Cleveland.com political reporter Seth Richardson joins us now to take a look. Seth, let's start with the naysayers here. You know, you can hear them now. That's what you guys said in 2016. Ohio's a solid red state with a Republican governor, blah, blah, blah. What makes this situation different?
Well, who knew all that you would need to make Ohio a competitive state is a pandemic, a recession, and followed by some riots. But the biggest change right now is that, Donald Trump is an incumbent this time around. He can't really run on this kind of, the change candidate platform because he is the candidate who is in office. If you look at 2016, Hillary Clinton was kind of a quasi-incumbent because she was sort of running as an extension of the Barack Obama White House, having served in it for some time. So that is really the biggest change for Donald Trump this time around.
The same challenge Clinton faced in 2016, Biden might be facing now. If you look at the polling for a head-to-head matchup, Biden is slightly ahead of the president, 2% or 2 points with the margin of error. But there are some other polling numbers that the president needs to be worried about. We've been hearing for months about how much trouble he's in suburban areas with voters there, college-educated voters, et cetera. What are the other numbers that are not working in his favor right now?
Well, one of the top things not working in his favor is, frankly, his favorability. He's not necessarily well liked as a president. He's got a net negative favor or a net unfavorable rating here in Ohio, according to this poll that came out at -3 points compared with Joe Biden, who's not doing a whole lot better at +2. But there's also, some other kind of shaky numbers when you look at this thing a little bit deeper. 45% of respondents said that they trusted Joe Biden to handle coronavirus better than Trump, compared to just 39% who said the same thing about Trump over Biden. And 46% said they trusted Biden to handle race relations better than Trump, compared with just 33% who said that Trump would handle them better than Biden. That is a really shaky number to stand on, considering everything that has happened over the past couple of months. And I don't really see these issues going away anytime soon. The other one that is really stark out there is that his job approval is actually in the positives right now. 50% of the state says 50% of the poll respondents said they approve of the job he's doing as president. However, the issue is that only 29% of the people say they strongly approved of the job he's doing, compared with 40% of people who said they strongly disapproved of the job he's doing.
If you want to know how confident a campaign is about winning a state, you follow the money. Trump is buying ads in states that he shouldn't be worried about: Ohio, Arizona, Iowa. He's got a big war chest, so he's got the cash. But what could this kind of defensive posture mean for his campaign?
Well, that's what the crux of this comes down to. Heading into this year, Republicans and the Trump campaign, they knew they were going to have to play in Ohio, right? You can't just ignore the state. The Democrats showed that in 2016. Didn't work out very well for them. But they kind of thought that it was in their camp, and probably still do think it's pretty well in their camp. But the number, they're going to have to probably spend more money here than they would have liked to. They rather would have, be spending this money in some states that should, in theory, be closer. The Michigans, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, even Arizona and Georgia are kind of getting there on the map. But, without Ohio, he's sunk. So he has to win this state. So he's going to have to put resources in here. And that takes resources away from places you could put in other spots around the country.
Election day now almost 150 days away. So I guess we'll see what happens. Thanks, Seth.
Thank you.
You can get tomorrow's headlines and analysis sent to your inbox each morning by subscribing to Capital Letter. Just go to cleveland.com/Capital Letter.